What's going on? This is my 8th attempt, which means I'm getting worse at these bloody things. This is Tokachi Ring. This, of course, it's a bit of a lesser known track. I don't really know anyone that will have run laps here before, myself included. My first lap here was yesterday, so but you know, a few of you might know it. It was a good fun track. It's, you know, a very typical Japanese track where slow in, fast out is king, which requires good braking zones and good trail braking, and strong exits. So a couple of do's and don'ts for you before we sort of kick off is do always try to be trail braking onto the apex. Don't be trying to push your braking zone later and later. You can sort of like try to straighten up your braking a bit if you want towards the inside of the curbing. Anyway, that's up to you, how you go about it, but just don't try to push your braking zones later and later. And another do and don't is do try to use the power of the car to walk you to the edge of the track. Don't be trying to purposely drive yourself in your line to the edge of the track, because when you go to do a few laps you might have a good flowy line, but the one time that you get the power right, you're going to have to adjust your line or get back out of the throttle, because the car will naturally walk further out. Yeah, that's just something to think of. Now I've turned the in-car wheel on, as you might be able to see, due to a request, so hopefully that helps out. Setup wise here, I just used the Okayama setup, but I changed a couple of things. I will share setups again for all 3 cars this week, and hopefully that'll be the last time I have to do it, excuse me. These tunes are pretty dialed in at this point. They're feeling really good. Now for this track here, there's a lot of like little dotted curbs scattered just before the braking zones. In most cases you need to be braking just before them. They come at you really quickly and they're really hard to commentate over, as I'm fucking finding out. Oh my goodness. Hopefully I can keep up, and hopefully you guys can spot them, the necessary information. Right, for turn 1 here, we can brake at the 100 board. You can wait until the 100 board before you have to brake. Go in and try use all of that black tarmac on the left hand side. For turn 2, you can brake just slightly before that dotted curve on the left hand side, and try use again all of that black tarmac on the left. Just keep it in 3rd gear there, and again brake just before that dotted curve. Get all the way back over the right for turn 4, and just keep it in 3rd all the way through here. Feed in the throttle, just keep this as one big sweeping line. For turn 6, just brake just before that dotted curbing on the left. Use all of the curbing again here, and brake just before the curbing again for turn 9, 8, I'm lost now. Now for this hairpin here, you need to go in early and really try to use the power of the car to walk you onto that black tarmac on the exit. For this hairpin up here, you need to be braking just before the slip road on the right hand side. Don't try push your braking zone any later than that. Go in early, try meet the curbing at the top, and then use the power of the car to walk it to the edge of the track. For this hairpin here, it's quite a doozy. You need to be braking a little bit early of the dotted curbing on the left hand side, and then miss the first apex and try and meet the second apex. Now for the slip road on the left hand side here, you just need to brake just before the end of it, and try and meet the curbing on the inside for this corner, and again for this second to last corner you need to brake just a bit early of the dotted curbing. Again, try and meet that inside curb. Now the slip road on the right hand side here, you need to be braking at the start of it. Don't try push this braking zone later and later. It's all about your exit onto the straight rather than your entry into the chicane. As slow and as fast out as king, as I've said before. Right, that was the slow lap. Here comes the fast lap. Right, wait until the 100 board before you brake. You can be quite aggressive on this corner. Use all of that curbing on the left, all the tarmac, sorry. Brake just before this curbing on the left hand side. Take one big sweeping line through here, use all of that tarmac again. Brake just before that curbing on the left. Try keep it tight, get all the way back over the right. Don't change gear, just keep it in 3rd. Use good big flow. Good big flowing corner for this one here. Get all the way back over the left here, just before the dotted curbing again on the left hand side. Another big sweeping line, and again here you need to be in stay tight, get all the way back over the right and braking downshift, go down to second, go in early, and then use the power of the car to walk you onto the edge of that black tarmac. For this hairpin up here, brake just before the slip road on the right hand side, try and meet the curbing at the top, and again use the power of the car to walk it to the edge of the track. Now for this one here, you need to brake early before that dotted curbing on the right hand side, and yeah, try and meet the second apex. You can use a bit of this that slip road on the left hand side as a bit of extra track. Speaking of slip road, just brake just before the end of that slip road on the left. This corner is actually a bit of a doozy. You need to be braking quite a bit early, and then it's got a big bump on the inside, so it will try to push you off the apex. And for this final chicane, again, don't try to push your braking zone late. You need to be really focused on your exit rather than your entry, sorry. Yeah, so hopefully this helps. Let me know. Again, I've done a third lap. It was actually a really good lap, but I won't commentate over it. I'll just let you watch it. And good luck. See you on Friday.